Hi, my name is Gabor Schwartik. Welcome to my channel. Excuse my raspy voice. I'm recovering from a cold. But I wanted to show you how a simple value shift can make a big difference in your design. This was an image I took in Utah. I think this was last summer. But it was just a beautiful open plain with the stormy skies. It was raining, obviously, in the back. But as I squinted down, to me, even I'll explain a little bit more. But the value of the mountain and the value of the clouds, the rainy clouds, were somewhat similar. If you squint down with me, kind of try to squint down, you'll see it. This is a little bit darker, but still it's just getting, somewhat close. And I wanted to make sure that my mountains are sort of the differentiator. The reason for that is so you can go back in the plane itself. You can go back. Let me get my red marker. By the way, the program I'm using is called Procreate. It's only for the iPad. It's not for any other gadgets. So it's an awesome little program, very easy to use. But so I want to go back in space, and I want to separate the sky from the mountains here. I want to have that clear separation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give it a value sample, kind of color value sample. And when I do that in Procreate, this changes. This little circle changes right up there, and all I need to do is tap it, and then I'm gonna just, let me see, I'm gonna do this. So the left part of this circle, if you see this circle right here, the left part is my selection, the right part is the new. So I want to go a little bit darker. So let's give that a shot, and look at that. The beauty of digital is that you can adjust it really fast. And again, we're painters, so nothing have to be that exact precise as far as I'm gonna cut things, does it have to be exactly, but I just want to show you something, and especially when I have the layers on it. This is kind of fun too, because I can make a more dynamic looking mountain. Oops. Here, like that. Now the value you can shift from left to right a little bit. Just try to make an example, an extreme example of this for you. And this is where you will see it in a second when I flip back and forth. See that? To me, the one with the little bit darker values, this one has more impact than this. See that? So you can make that value choice before the brush hits the canvas, that I'm gonna make this value darker than any value up here. Now also in the foreground, as far as design goes, while we're at it, if I pick like let's see, this light, little oops, let me go back here. Oopsie, there we go. Sometimes these things, a little bit. I'm trying to pick up basically a light value like that. There we go. I can make my brush smaller. And you can play with, I could even go lighter with these values. Maybe not as light, but we can play around with that. And you can have a little path kind of taking you up, even that little bit here. So even that little light value can make a difference in your design. And I can throw a little bit of a, let's see. Oh, that was my dog. You guys know I have a dog. It's funny because the female, she likes to groan when she lays down. Here we go. Now, I got to be careful of this value. See that value that I just put down right here? This is too dark to me. It's gonna fight this mountain. I don't want that. So let me lighten that up a little bit. And I know this video is more about that design of the mountain, but I just want to show you how these smaller little darks can help you in your lead into just little stuff, but actually they're major. So if I go back to my layers, just keep looking at this image down here, and see that? See how much more impact this one has versus this versus this. The reason I have to do this because this silly layer panel I cannot move. So see that? So it matters. Values matter that much. You got to really keep an eye on those values. And even these mountains back here, we can play with the. Let's see the size of them. Let's see. Can raise them and. I don't want them too dark or something like that. You can play around with that too. But overall, the bigger picture is this value shift that I just did. That you have that option. Don't ever think ever think that you cannot change values where you think you need them to be changed, either lighter or darker. All right, and that's also true with edges and other things too. So, but this particular lesson is about values. You gotta consciously. I had this discussion not long ago with an artist friend of mine. I'm more bound as a photographer. When you're taking an image, you're more bound by the image itself. But when you're a painter, you create your own world. So this is a perfect example where you can create your own world after you took that photograph. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe and share. And I'll see you next time.